I'm Tyler from collegemoviereview.com, and I'm here with Brie Larson, star of 21 Jump Street, which will be coming out on DVD and Blu-ray, I believe, June 26th. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
So, considering 21 Jump Street is sort of a film version remake of an 80s TV show that the primary audience probably wouldn't be all that familiar with, are you surprised about the overwhelmingly positive reaction that you've gotten so far?
Not necessarily, only because I feel like we made a really great movie. I think that it's awesome that people are reacting strongly to something that I think we're all pretty proud of, and is a product of just a lot of fun and hard work.
It seems to be, I'm not too familiar with the original series, and maybe you are, but I think I've seen a couple of the episodes here and there, but it seems to be a very different type of movie. And so just talk about, like, how they approached that.
It was always kind of looked at as its own thing, as kind of a way of revitalizing something that was old and understanding and respecting the TV show for what it was, and not thinking for a second that we could ever emulate or do what they did. And so we kind of elevated it and twisted it and turned it and made it our own thing.
So Chris Miller and Phil Lord directed 21 Jump Street. I'm sure they get that a lot, by the way. How was it working with a directing duo? Because that's such a unique thing. You don't see it a whole lot these days.
I think it's awesome. I've worked with kind of a team a few times, and every time I've always loved it. Being a director, you have to be so many places at once. It's amazing to me that we don't have 17 directors on the film. I don't understand how one person could get everything done. So it's nice to be able to have two very unique voices that work together to kind of bounce everything off of. Yeah, and I think that they've also always worked together. So I think it would be stranger for them to work separately than together. I think they're like a fully well-running machine at this.
In 21 Jump Street, you know, you're more of the comedic side of that, because there is action, but you're not really in a whole lot of the action sequences.
Right.
Is that something you would be interested in doing, like in the future, to do an action film, or to be not necessarily an action star, but to potentially do some stunts and things like that?
Oh, totally. I think that would be incredible. I got a little taste of it during Scott Pilgrim. During all the pre-production, they would have fight training in the morning, and anyone was allowed to go to the general training. So for like the month before Scott Pilgrim, we would spar, and I learned how to use a sword, and I thought it was so much fun. And since then, I've always had the urge to do something like that. My dream would be to be like a Marvel character. I think those are always my favorite movies.
Do you have any other, like, aspirations as far as filmmaking goes? Like, do you want to write? Do you want to direct? Do you want to produce? I mean, do you want to get into the other aspects of filmmaking?
I did a short film with some of my dear friends that got into Sundance. And so since then I've done another short, and I'm prepping a third, and writing. I mean, I do want to direct and write more. It's an exciting time that we're living in, that materials are so available for us to create and make things. And I do find myself at times frustrated by the material that's coming through. And instead of getting upset about it, I can't, because I know that I have a computer sitting right next to me and fingers that are able to type and a mind that's able to think, and I can create my own thing.
I wish you the best, and thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Yeah, thank you so much.